And good afternoon or evening here. It's 6 o'clock in Denver, Colorado. Welcome to Thin Air Throwdown, the last game of the weekend. And we have FoCo Roller Derby from Fort Collins against V-Town Roller Derby. So we are about to get started here in just a little under 3 minutes. I am Benandy.
I am Brutiful Monstar.
And we are going to be announcing for you guys on Twitch. Let's get our show at our little empty track right now as lineups are starting. We'll go ahead and introduce our players here for today. So on FoCo Roller Derby, we have number 010, Sid Vicious, number 15, MDK Demolition, number 211, Mama Crass, number 313, Haterade, number 314, Majestic, number 514, Parks and Rec, number 54, Widow, number 555, Spilly Idol, number 626, Peter Panic, number 77, Tiffy Twister, number 96, Jacqueline Hyde, and number 999, Fireball.
Awesome. And on our V-Town Roller Derby, we've got number 19 is Risk K, 21 is Bettin' Boppin', 240 is Burgie Knights, 314 is Active Fist, 49 is Hemlock, number 5 is Villain, number 53 is Whipped Cream, 559 is Samwise Slam G, 64 is Ann, A-N, 709 is Rainstorm, 80 is Zelda, 88 is BB Kiddo, and 9975 is Jim Nasty.
So we've had a lot of great games here this weekend. Some of the top teams in the country out here playing. And this is the ultimate game for the weekend. We're excited to get this one going. Some players are filtering onto the track. We got our officials coming out. Thank you to those officials, because we would not have roller derby without someone to keep us safe.
All right. A little less than a minute till the derby starts. Looks like everybody's on the track ready to go.
Must be all 1 minute of nervousness, right?
Yes. This is always that tense moment when you're on the track and you're like ready to go. When is this thing going to start? Hurry up and wait.
I believe we're going to be starting off with Burgie Knights jamming for V-Town. And unfortunately, we are at a disadvantage in seeing the jammers from our position, so it sometimes takes us a second to figure out who is out there.
Yeah, I can't quite see the number yet, but we'll get it as soon as possible.
And we got 2-1. Time for some roller derby. And here we go, Burgie Knights. Looks like you're going to pick up lead jammer for V-Town. And number 15, MDK Demolition, is the jammer for FoCo. Still at the back of the pack, being pushed back. Burgie Knights come back and hits the pack right at the pivot line where the pack is.
Going to cut on the inside, swinging to the outside. One more to beat.
And MDK is out on initial as well, but Burgie calls it off.
She will pick up 4 points for V-Town Roller Derby.
And we already have BB Kiddo, number 88, in the penalty box, the pivot for V-Town. Getting a track cut. Jammers are taking a very low position, so we can't even see them.
Yeah. I was like, do we have jammers? There they are. Okay, 53 for V-Town.
Whipped Cream out there, jamming, and lead jammer for V-Town. Now we have a pivot, or star pass already, 999. Fireball is the jammer for FoCo. Cream is through for picking up 4 points. Fireball getting knocked out right at the tip of the apex there. Cream coming back in for another second scoring pass. And taking a position on the inside, toppling over a FoCo blocker. starting to get some bridge out there. Cream stringing them out and getting through with 4 points.
Fireball still trying to work her way through the middle of the, just to get to the middle of the pack. Certainly getting the business from these V-Town roller derby blockers.
Yes, looks like BB Kiddo knocking Fireball out again at that apex. Fireball coming back in. This will be the pass to score 16 points if they get through. And it looks like they will pick up
16.
Yep, they picked up the full 4 there, so 16 on the jam for V-Town, 4 for FoCo. Oh yes, I'm very sorry. V-Town is in white and FoCo is in black. Sorry, we didn't mention that part. I even circled it on the page and thought I was going to remind myself, but I didn't.
Well,
so
it's circled on the page in front of me, and I still have to look at it. So
V-Town has put in Activist as their jammer, and FoCo Roller Derby has Tiffy Twister. And they're sitting right there between the lines. Looks like Activist is out as lead jammer, but Tiffy Twister not far behind. We're just talking a few steps behind there. They're both going to be hitting that pack pretty hard, coming in hot.
Tiffy Twister push to the outside. Activist picking up some points and calling off the jam. That'll be 4 more for V-Town Roller Derby.
Yeah, that looked like that worked pretty well. Kept FoCo scoreless. Nope, 1 point for FoCo.
All right.
After a little discussion between refs there, they decided to add another point.
There it is on the scoreboard.
And Berge, the jammer for V-Town. Her numbers are nice and large on their arm. That makes it so much easier to read.
Sid Vicious is out there for FoCo.
And that's actually kind of funny. I just realized the Denver Juniors Roller Derby has a Sid Vicious who is just number 10. So that's quite funny. Berge is lead jammer out and back in for a scoring pass. Picking up 4 for V-Town is Berge. Sid Vicious is out on initial. Berge about to come back into the pack.
Picking it up, calling it off.
Finding that inside open and just taking advantage.
Was able to keep FoCo from scoring any of that jam. We're at 32-6. V-Town is ahead right now.
Again, we got Whipped Cream out there, number 53 for V-Town. And now I have refs in the way. I can't see who the FoCo jammer is.
Looks like MDK Demolition
Right.
for FoCo Roller Derby. We're going to call her MDK.
Coming up onto past that first turn on the straightaway.
Lead is called for FoCo Roller Derby.
Yeah, it looks like Demolition is lead jammer, but got pushed back a little and is out again. Coming around for a scoring pass this time. As Whipped Cream is recycled back to the middle of the straightaway there.
MDK almost through, just has 1 more to beat.
BB Kiddo just putting up a fight there, not letting. Now called out of play, it looks like, and Demolition is out with 4 points. Star pass. We've got number 19, Risque, as the jammer now for V-Town.
Do see the pivot for FoCo's in the penalty box. So they're down 1 on the track right now.
That's FoCo's first penalty of the game so far. Looks like we've got 3 already for V-Town.
23 minutes left in this half. We've got 36 for V-Town Roller Derby and 13 for FoCo. Lining up for jam number 5. Activist for V-Town Roller Derby and Spilly Idol for FoCo.
I like that one. Spilly Idol.
Spilly Idol. I love a pun.
I always want to know, though, if they actually know any of the songs from the artists.
Oh no, we have our FoCo jammer Spilly Idol is sent to the penalty box.
And the V-Town's jammer Activist is now also being sent to the penalty box. We have a jammer swap here. This will be a 2-minute jam now.
No lead. This could be advantageous for FoCo.
V-Town taking a long drag back there for Spilly Idol. And give up a lot of resistance there from Zelda.
Spilly having to step back out of bounds, almost got a track cut there. Good track awareness.
Activist is out in the front now as a jammer. Spilly Idol about a third of a track behind. We've got some shout outs in our chat so far. Shout out to Sam Y Slam G. Rabs sees Alvin out there taking photos. At least I'm assuming that's the Alvin we're talking about.
Lots of recycling going on in that far corner where we can't quite see as well.
V-Town jammer is being pulled back. And again, this is going to be a 2-minute jam, so we're just waiting for those last few seconds here to trickle down. Snarkamedes calls off that jam after a natural 2-minute ending.
So we came to 3 points for FoCo in that jam and 7 for V-Town.
Yeah, we agree. Alvin Green is amazing photographer, so dedicated to Derby here in Colorado. Snapping photos for most of the teams around here, at least in the all the way from Colorado Springs up to Fort Collins.
Tiffy Twister for FoCo Roller Derby, and this Burgie Knights picking up lead for V-Town.
And a star pass. Activist picking up the star now.
Osman.
4 for V-Town on that pass. Whipped Cream out there jamming for V-Town.
Still trying to find the number on the FoCo jammer. I think even with binoculars, I still wouldn't be able to see.
Right, yes, it's my eyes are nowhere near. I think that is Sid Vicious, though.
Sid Vicious, you're right, yep.
So I saw enough zeros in it, I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Whipped Cream picking up lead for V-Town. We've got the V-Town pivot headed to the penalty box. Cream coming around on her scoring pass to the outside. Going back in. Sid Vicious snuck in and picked up 4 points. It's a small little apex jump there.
Yeah. Yeah, they both kind of just popped out of the front of the pack at the same time, and the jam got called off.
That's MDK Demolition for FoCo Roller Derby, and Active Fist picking up lead for V-Town. Active Fist already coming around for our scoring pass. Almost untouched on the outside, but then she tripped. One more to beat. penalty call on with the blocker Widow for out of play. V-Town picking up 4 points, bringing their score to 55. And Fort Collins Roller Derby's at 20 points.
I see Berge on the line for V-Town. It looks like Demolition.
I think so. Probably still breathing heavy from that 2-minute jam. Oh, it's Spilly. Oh, that's right. Lead is for V-Town, Berge Knights. Spilly Idol's out of the pack and on her heels. Berge seeing her, calls off the jam after picking up 3 points.
Yeah, we also don't get the view of the thumb here on the jam refs a lot of times as they're
I
going
saw
on that
too,
opposite
but I missed that
track.
thumb there, yeah.
Tiffy Twister taking on Whipped Cream. Pack moving out quick, out already past the, right at the end of the apex. Looks like Tiffy Twister is going to be out as lead jammer for FoCo. Whipped Cream still working at the top, but Tiffy Twister coming in, only Kiddo left and passes with a twisty turn of Tiffy Twister, getting past Kiddo there.
Cream is through the pack now. Tiffy checking over her shoulder, looking like we're going to pick up as many points as we can. Calling it off. Oh, she's still got one, looks like. That was a 7-point jam for FoCo Roller Derby and 1 for V-Town.
Lots of cheering for Twiff. Oh, is that you, Blazin'? All right, Sid Vicious for FoCo and Activist for V-Town Roller Derby.
Activist getting recycled back. He's close to getting lead. Sid takes advantage of the situation, picks up lead for FoCo.
Sid also has one of those numbers that's helpful because when they get knocked down and upside down, it's still 1-0-0, 1-0-0. 0-1-0.
All right, through the pack picking up, I'm pretty sure it's 2 points this time for Fort Collins Roller Derby.
It looks like we had a star pass there. Villain ended up being the jammer at the end there. I see our jam refs are doing synchronized score conveyance, moving their hands up and down together.
At the same time, it's like a dance. Dancing points.
And we have a team timeout for V-Town. Take this opportunity to look and thank some of our sponsors out there. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the Rollerdome, just email facilities at denverrollerderby.org, and you too can help out with our sponsoring of Roller Derby here in Denver, Colorado. If you're craving pizza that's truly one of a kind, head over to Bojo's new Denver location at 2110 South Colorado Boulevard for mountain-style pizza. Whether you're into classic combinations or bold new flavors, Bojo's has something to satisfy every craving. Come on for the pizza, stay for the vibe, where every meal is a mountain of flavor. Make sure that Colorado accent was not there in that last time I said mountain. Make sure that T is in the word.
Mountain. Also out here we've got Great Divide Brew Company. Is a brewery of great character making remarkable beer while being active in the community, partly by supporting us here at the Rollerdome. That's Great Divide.
We got Bergie out there jamming for V-Town, and Demolition, MDK Demolition for FoCo. Bergie is out while Demolition picks up a back block and heading to the penalty box. Power jam for V-Town as well as lead. Bergie coming back into the pack. Already picking up a couple points.
Fort Collins trying to speed up the pack, make it a little bit harder for Bergie to score some more points. They do get her out and recycle it back.
FoCo losing a blocker to the box right now as well. Looks like Widow.
We have a track cut being called on Bergie.
On Bergie, yeah. So we have, this will be a 2-minute jam as Demolition hits the track again. Blockers doing a good job of maintaining position and not letting MDK through.
About 43 seconds left in the jam. Still lots of work to do.
Bergie's back on the track. And sweeping through with a nice movement of the hips to get past the FoCo blockers. And almost a repeat movement right there to get another 4 for 8 on the jam so far.
Right on the inside line. It's like they forgot about it.
Coming in the last few seconds, we'll see what Bergie can pick up. Looks like at least maybe 1. Oh, no.
That's a fist. That is a 0. So still, 8 is better than nothing. Brings our score to 67 for V-Town Roller Derby and 29 for Fort Collins.
I mean, it just reminds me of that 80s show. 8 is enough, right?
Yeah. I tell people, some points is better than no points.
Whipped cream out there for V-Town.
And that's Spilly Idol for Fort Collins. Whipped cream already at the front of the pack. Just one more to beat, and that is lead for V-Town. Spilly Idol still working her way. Try to come through on the inside, takes a pretty big hit. Is recycled back. Whipped cream getting some help from Hemlock. Trying to break up that triangle of FoCo Roller Derby. She has to drop back to keep the pack together. Spilly Idol spinning through.
Jammers were back there neck and neck. We do have a star pass. Fireball got out of the pack, and Whipped Cream called it off.
4 more for V-Town. Just a little over 10.5 minutes left in this first half.
And FoCo has actually started closing the gap on those penalties.
Looks like Tiffy Twisters lined up for FoCo, and that's Active Fist for V-Town. Active Fist being pushed to the outside, recycled back. Meanwhile, Tiffy's working on the inside, which recycled back also. Big push to the outside on Active Fist.
Tiffany doing some turns there to try to get through the V-Town blocking.
And Active Fist does make her way through the pack. Lots of swerving to get through.
V-Town is lead, but Tiffy Tister is out now as well. But not going to reach the pack in time.
No. That's one. One is better than none for V-Town Roller Derby. Our score is now 72, and FoCo has 29. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in this half.
Well, you can't spell the day. I can't spell any day, so you're doing much better than me on average. Sid Vicious taking on Bergie out there. Bergie taking a quick position up front and getting out his lead. Sid Vicious in the box now. Picking up a track cut there. It's the first for Sid Vicious. Just giving V-Town another power jam. Bergie is taking advantage of that, stringing out the FoCo blockers, getting past one by one. 4 points for V-Town.
V-Town Roller Derby doing a good job of controlling the location of the pack. Make it a little easier for Bergie Knights to make another lap, picking up 4 more points.
Sid Vicious back on the track. Took a long position back to reach those V-Town blockers.
Bergie coming through on one skate on the inside, picking up 4 more. Looks like that's 12 now for V-Town.
And Sid Vicious getting recycled back all the way to turn 1. Sorry, turn 2.
Oh, for a second I was like, is that, where am I? Is this real life?
Yeah, they changed it. My position in the dome of announcing is changed, so I
yeah.
get confused about.
Old habits hard to break. That is a 16-point jam for V-Town, bringing their score to 88. FoCo's at 29.
We got whipped cream.
And MDK for FoCo. MDK looking to go on the inside. Getting a really hard time from BB Kiddo. Escorted her right over to the tripod, so we are at a standstill at turn 2.
Yeah, we got similar motion from both of those pods right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just Jamber trying to push in between the 2 in the front and not getting past. Each of the team having a blocker and a pivot return to the track now, so now we got full complements of blockers for each of them. With Cream getting out his lead jammer, but MDK's Demolition still in the back there, trying to figure out how to get past these white jerseys.
Whipped Cream through on a scoring pass, picks up 4 points. Still got about 55 seconds left in this jam.
Demolition is out now. We'll see how Whipped Cream handles this.
She gets through very quickly, calls it right off. That's 8 points for V-Town, bringing their score to 96. Fort Collins is at 29. There's the 5 seconds call. And we have Spilly Idol for Fort Collins and Activist for V-Town. Activist picking up lead already. Spilly Idol working on the inside, had a little bit of help, almost got through.
Yep, took a tumble there, and that gave V-Town enough time to bring up 2 more blockers.
official timeout. Looks like there might be an injury. Checking on a skater.
And glad we have our EMTs around. Very important to have our EMTs here. And if you are CPR or first aid certified, and you'd like to watch any of these games for free, we'd love to have you join our volunteer EMT crew. So just email about productions at Denver Roller Derby, and we can get you trackside and one of the best seats in the house. It's got to be the best seats. You need to watch all those players.
There's no better seats because sometimes you get to interact with the skaters during the game too.
Also recognize all of our officials out there, the other volunteers out there making the roller derby happen. Out there are non-skating officials out in all black. We have Stack Trace, Narcomedes, Rita Slayworth, Torque Mama, Sonar, Decider, Rose Lambeau, Ultraviolet Blue, Kate Catastrophe, and Queen of Catitude. And as that whistle blows to start this jam, we'll recognize our on-skate officials here in just a bit. Our skater did skate off on their own.
I think we have another timeout here. Official timeout, I believe.
Official timeout. Maybe our jammer did not have a helmet cover when they entered the track. And they are going to get a captain penalty for that. I think that's what's happening. Tiffy went back to the bench, grabbed a helmet cover, and now we have 313 Haterade heading to the penalty box.
It's one of my favorite derby names, Haterade. Just, can you imagine? Oh, Haterade got me.
Little false, not an actual false start, but a jump of the on the rolling whistle. But now we are back into Jam 20. Virgie and Tiffy are the jammers out there. Tiffy is out as lead jammer for FoCo. Virgie getting out on initial as well, at least half a track behind. So Tiffy getting through, falling off the jam and picking up 4 points for FoCo. And I am so sorry, I forgot to transition our image back to the actual stream. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing your comment there, Daisy Dukes. Thank you. Oh, we switched it back just now. Sid Vicious out for FoCo Roller Derby, and Whipped Cream for V-Town. Looks like Cream is going to make her way through at turn 2 to pick up, well, hasn't been called yet. Almost there. One more. Now we are lead for V-Town. With Cream coming through on the outside very quietly, but is noticed by the FoCo Roller Derby blockers. Stuck in the tripod there.
Sid Vicious getting past a couple, but then getting blocked by Hemlock.
Sid's looking pretty fatigued. It's hard work getting through those white jerseys there.
Yeah, V-Town's had the opportunity to run some long jams here. I'm sure that's taking a toll on all the players, but definitely FoCo looks like. Kind of just 2.5 minutes left.
30 seconds left in this jam, unless Whipped Cream decides to call it off.
Yeah, both of the jammers, again, almost a mirror image of what we've got here in the packs. Jammers pushing on blockers. Whipped Cream getting knocked to the outside and just deciding to call it off with just a few seconds left, it looked like.
It's pretty grueling looking. V-Town sitting at 102 points now, and FoCo at 33.
And FoCo now is calling a timeout.
Giving everybody a breather.
As we have this timeout, we'll talk about 888 revolutionizing roller derby safety with cutting-edge helmet tech and unrivaled fit options. So stay protected with 888.
We've got 187 killer pads, my favorite pads. They're often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best, 187. The Pro Derby knee from 187 killer pads brings patented features, unmatched ergonomic fit, and industrial strength materials.
We also want to recognize Collectivum Sports. Get your game on with Collectivum Sports, whether you're hitting the field, court, or gyms. CVM Sports has got top-notch gear and apparel to keep you at the top of your game. Check out cvmsports.com for all of your roller derby apparel needs.
Right, that's the end of the timeout there.
That was well timed.
I don't know. It's like we practiced, maybe. I don't know. But we didn't. That was off the cuff, y'all. All right. Can't see the jammers at the moment, but we will let you know momentarily. Activist for V-Town Roller Derby and MDK Demolition for Fort Collins. And it is V-Town picking up lead.
Nice little hop right after passing the blocker.
MDK on her heels, though, so it's probably going to be a quick call.
But picking up all 4 of those points for V-Town.
Definitely helped to throw those hips back, get that last point. 106 for V-Town Roller Derby, 33 for FoCo. We've got a minute 20 left in this half.
And the 23rd jam. So we've had a lot of quick-ish jams. It's been a good pace.
Billy Idol for Fort Collins and Burgee Knights for V-Town. Burgee coming through on the inside. I do believe they called lead, but she's choosing to go offense.
Yep, she's choosing to block Billy Idol and picking up a penalty on that, though. Looks like a forearm. So this is going to be a full 2-minute jam. It'll take us
into half. Good opportunity for Fort Collins to pick up some points here. Looks like the V-Town Roller Derby's pivot is sent to the box.
Yeah, low block, I believe. Beaten bopping.
And that is 4 for Fort Collins.
A lot of cheering from the, I'm assuming, Fort Collins crowd out there. And another forearm on Burgee. Being sent to the box again.
And another 4 for FoCo.
Burgee will probably have about 15, 17 seconds once they are released from the box.
Meanwhile, Spilly's got about 35 seconds to get another 4 points if they can. Hemlock not making it easy on him. Another push to the inside and recycle back.
And Hemlock gets by. Definitely looks like they're feeling the burn, though, as they're skating around.
Oh, yes. Billy Idol digging deep to find the energy to get through. And we go into our intermission. Looks like we've got 13 points for Fort Collins. That brings our score at the halftime. 106 V-Town, 46 for Fort Collins.
That was a very helpful jam for FoCo.
All right, we're going into our halftime intermission. Should be about 9.5 minutes before we come back.
And yes, the large chicken making their way around. I still don't know what this is about, but
it's got a sign, but we're gonna see it.
all right, we're recognizing Noah Fallon, our one of our refs out there for 600 games.
This is about that. If you want to tell them on the street what's going on, that's the text of it. All right, we have some information for you. The man responsible for bringing the giant inflatable chicken is Noah Fallon from San Jose, California, who celebrates his 600th game today. An inveterate prankster, he's taped an outline around the fallen form of Doesn't Matter and given Don Scorleone a lovely travel mug. Do not stand in front of him even when he's drinking a beer, and do not ever get into a vehicle with him. He's also not an adult about certain things like sunscreen, and his boy toy Toad is sorry he couldn't be here to celebrate with him. Congratulations, Noah.
Noah's been a ref for many of the tournaments that my kids have played in, so yeah, we're quite familiar with his humor, and I've been on a few NSO crews with him too, so yes, I can attest to that.
That was a well-written tribute, I have to say.
All right, well, we're going to take a little break here, get away from this fan that's drying out our eyes, and get something to drink, and we will see you all in just about, probably about 5 minutes or so. All right, we're going to be back here with just a little over a minute before we are going to see some action out on the track there.
Well, it says we have a minute. Everyone's still not on the track, but
including Darth Bling out there on the track. He's not even working this one. Let's get back to those zebra officials out there. We've got Kira Duncan, Noah Fallon, Don Scorleone, Bacon, Johnny Demonic, Danger Muffin, Dr. Demon, and Scary Bejesus, who actually celebrated 300 games, I believe, yesterday.
Wow.
So a lot of milestones happening this weekend.
Yeah. All the way up here in the thin air throwdown.
Yep, absolutely. We don't like oxygen here, either in its form of O2 or even H2O. It's not allowed here in Colorado.
All right, now we're seeing the teams up on the track.
Looks like we got Sid. I see Sid Vicious and Burgie, I believe. Again, FoCo, the Fort Collins is in the black jerseys. V-Town Roller Derby is in the white.
There's the 5 seconds call right there. We're getting to business now.
Daisy Dukes, I would say not only Roller Derby a good game, it's a great game.
Sid Vicious for FoCo. Burgie Knights for V-Town picking up lead.
Yeah, but it looks like, Sid Vicious is taking the lead position out on the track, though. So Burgie calls it off. Getting sucked back up into the pack there after they picked up lead jammer. Oh, see, there we go. From Sid Vicious, number 10, from Denver Juniors Major Turbulence, to Sid Vicious, number 010. You got this.
Billy Idol for Fort Collins and Whipped Cream for V-Town. I'm seeing a penalty going on Cream.
Yep. And going to pick up 2 for not exiting the track immediately. Got a minute on the box there for Whipped Cream.
Big opportunity for Fort Collins and Spilly Idol. Spilly trying to work her way up the inside of the track.
Now those were the first 2 penalties for Whipped Cream, so not a huge hurt for V-Town as of right now.
Spilly Idol through the pack, picking up lead.
Spilly Idol coming back in.
Fort Collins still down 1 blocker. Now that blocker's out of the penalty box and back onto the tracks to help out and try to get Spilly through the pack again. There we go, 4. 4 more for Fort Collins. Whipped Cream is back on the track after serving that long penalty. Trying to drag her way on the outside, then cutting in. Back to the outside and through the pack. That is her initial pass.
Spilial calls it off as Whipped Cream starts to approach the pack.
All right, our score for V-Town is 106. Fort Collins is 51. Just beginning our second period here. This is jam number 2. All right, looks like we're lining up at the pivot line this time. I don't see that a lot in this game.
So we got Activists with V-Town and Demolition, MDK Demolition for FoCo.
Risk K getting a good hit on MDK.
And I see Activists pushing out through the middle and getting out. Lead jammer for V-Town. And finding the inside completely open as they come around again for 4 points.
And she snuck right behind one of her blockers.
BB Kiddo, last blocker there to try to keep FoCo in, but now we have, I believe, a star pass to Fireball. And V-Town picks up another point on that pass, 0 for FoCo.
Penalty box is empty, so we're going to be full power for both teams at the start of this third jam.
Tiffy Twister out there for FoCo. And I believe it's Bergie out there for V-Town, hiding behind all the blockers. Yep.
Bergie Nice through for lead for V-Town.
Bergie's coming back in to pick up some points on this pass. Tiffy Twister still looking for an opportunity to get through.
Twister coming almost through the pack, but had a collision with one of her own teammates.
Yeah, knocked her own blocker down. Now Bergie's going to start playing some defense on Tiffy Twister. Tiffy Twister knocking Bergie up, and as Bergie calls it off.
So that was 4 points for V-Town. That brings the score to 115. Fort Collins is still 51. Choosing the pivot line lineup again.
And I see Sid Vicious.
The final second slide back. I always love that move.
And looks like Ann out here for the first time as jammer, number 64 for V-Town.
Sid Vicious jamming for FoCo is recycled back. And lead is given to Ann.
And Fireball, the pivot for FoCo heading to the penalty box. It's like a back block. Nope, sorry.
And attempting to make a scoring pass here. Looking for some help from her blockers to get through this tripod of Fort Collins blockers. And she's through. That's 4.
We got to take care of the officials out here and keep them hydrated. They've been working hard. So yeah, we've had this little water bottle line happening right in front of us. And it's coming back through, pushing against the FoCo blockers one at a time. And Parks and Rec gets a penalty right as being the last blocker Ann had to face. So Ann's through again, picking up 4 points.
And at the front of the pack again, only 2 to beat, is pushed to the outside and recycled back.
Jacqueline Hyde taking and back in behind the pivot line.
And
Fireball trying to block Ann there, but and gets through for 4 points.
Vicious having yet another recycled back. Starting to look pretty fatigued. The jam is almost over though.
Ooh.
And that looks like 4 more for V-Town. Bringing it to our score to 131 V-Town roller derby and 51 for Fort Collins. 22 minutes still left. There's our 5-second call.
See Spilly Idol out there for FoCo.
Looks like whipped cream for V-Town.
Spilly Idol being pulled back to the jam line again. That is the Skate Rats jam line. We've been neglecting mentioning that.
Lots of good tripods going on in this pack. Over 30 seconds into the jam, we still don't have a lead.
From the games I've watched this weekend, the defense has been overpowering.
Oh, yeah. We have some bodies spilling on the floor. Doesn't result in a lead jammer yet, though.
Yeah, it was all blockers on blockers.
Pile up at turn 2. All right, another recycle back for Spilly Idol.
With Cream kind of pulling back, looking for maybe a little, I thought maybe for some speed, but slowly rolling back up to the FoCo blockers. I definitely
Both jammers clearly winded down.
Yeah, fatigue is just setting in. It's pretty obvious. Whipped Cream gets a spin out.
We have a back block penalty on Hemlock.
So look at that.
Blocker for V-Town.
A minute and 40 seconds. Sorry. Minute and 20 seconds before we actually had a lead jammer on this jam.
Whipped Cream getting pushed to the inside again and recycled back by Widow. Some big slams going on the other side of the refs that I can't quite see, but I heard it. All right, 4 more for V-Town. That's the end of the jam.
And a timeout for FoCo. Getting a good minute here to
pay
get
some
some
bills,
rest.
huh?
Yep.
Let's see here. Skate Rat Skate Shop, located in downtown Loveland, is very excited to see the return of roller derby in Colorado. A proud longtime sponsor of Denver Roller Derby, Skate Rats is one-stop shop for all things skate. Check out their wide variety of products from custom skates to safety gear to skateboards and clothing. With over 10 years of experience, the Skate Rat staff is friendly and acknowledgeable in helping you find or build whatever you may need. Make sure to check out Skate Rats, that's SK8RATZ.com. Spell it out, please. All right, I'm obviously reading this, okay. For a great selection of product and speedy shipping services to anywhere worldwide, visit their retail store in Loveland for a smooth and enjoyable shopping experience. That's Skate Rats Skate Shop.
That was such a Ron Burgundy moment
I'm
of reading
you.
right from the prompter. Spell it out for them, please. All right, we're about to start this jam here. We're at jam 7 of the second half. You see Tiffy out there.
All right, we lined up at the pivot line
Nope,
again,
sorry,
but we
that
didn't
is
do
not
the last
Tiffy.
minute slide back. MDK Demolition for FoCo and Actifits for V-Town.
And both the jammers just pushing and pushing. We got a strung out FoCo
Yeah, looks like
blockers.
FoCo's losing a blocker to the penalty box. And we have lead for V-Town now. Activist getting pushed to the outside. She'll recycle back and try again on the inside. And it works. We're through for 4 points.
And a star pass to Fireball. Looks like it is complete. Fireball's the jammer now for FoCo.
Activist with an apex jump to pick up 4 points. Calls off the jam. Our score now for V-Town is 143. It's one of my favorite numbers. Do you know why?
No, I was just going to ask. So what is the significance?
143 is like 3 words. I love you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had a beeper once. That's how old I am. I had a pager. When I got a 143, it meant I love you. All right, now we're going into jam number 8. Tiffy Twister, Fort Collins and Burgie Knights for V-Town. Hemlock, one of the blockers for V-Town, is going to the penalty box.
Tiffy Twister just starting to get out to the top there. Down to 1 blocker and out on initial pass for FoCo.
Burgie checks over his shoulder, decides not to give Tiffy any opportunity for points. It calls off the jam.
Sid Vicious coming out for FoCo. And I'm looking to see if I recognize who our V-Town jammer is.
Looks like it's going to be Ann. And Sid Vicious through getting lead for Fort Collins. Ann is right on her heels, though. All right, a quick scoring pass for Sid Vicious. She picks up those points, calls it off before V-Town can pick up any. Brings it our FoCo's score to 55. V-Town still at 146.
Getting some crowd noises going on here. Both of these teams actually brought a nice set of cheerleaders out here.
Spilly for FoCo, whipped cream for V-Town. And
like
it is Spilly picking up lead. That's 2 in a row for Fort Collins.
Whipped cream pushing and pushing against FoCo and getting out on initial. V-Town losing Zelda to the box.
V-Town currently down 2 blockers right now.
That was illegal contact. Yep, illegal contact on Zelda.
A 3rd blocker for V-Town is now in the penalty box. Got 2 standing though. Billy Idol looking to make at least 1 more scoring pass, hopefully. And we are through. 4 points. And we're calling off that jam. That was a 12-point jam for Fort Collins, 7 for V-Town. Updating our score now, it is 153 for V-Town and 67 for FoCo. We have a timeout.
V-Town, it looks like. Yep.
I think V-Town, yes.
Yeah, Rain was the remaining blocker out there. Rainstorm was when had the pivot and 2 other blockers in the box for V-Town.
All right, I guess we got a little ad here for Skate Scooties. Check out Skate Scooties. Engineered for stability, this patent-pending wheel locker design lets you commute over rough terrain, practice tricks and footwork, or just feel more confident in sketchy places. That is Skate Scooties.
Yeah, and if you've ever wanted to try roller derby, The Denver Roller Derby can teach you. So taught by some of Colorado's best skaters, we teach you everything you need to know from stopping, falling, hitting, and derby itself. Our flight school program is 8 weeks, and we have a new recruitment night on October 2nd at 6:30 p.m. So please come to get more information. Email joinrollerderby.org to get started. No skating experience is necessary, but come join our community today.
There's a 5-second call. We're about to go into our 11th jam.
Good. Seen this matchup quite often, Demolition and Activist. Activist is out lead jammer for V-Town as the penalty box just emptied. So now we got a lot of real estate out there being taken up by blockers and jammers. Demolition being pulled back, taking off the helmet cover. And picking up a penalty, it looks like, is Demolition.
Looks like a track cut.
Oh, we got a race to the penalty box. Both jammers being issued penalties.
There was a slip. Looks like Activist slipped a little, so it will be Demolition that gets released first. I'm seeing a lot of slips in that area of the track. I wonder if there's a sweat angel tripping people.
I've been seeing a lot of, especially with the skaters right out here today, their wheels just might not be what the floor needs. Activist coming back in for another pass. Looks like gonna hop out and pick up 4. Star pass to Fireball. Now we're neck and neck here. Going back into the pack.
Fireball putting pressure on Activist to call it off. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen though. Gonna let it ride a little longer. We got 30 seconds left in this jam. Oh, there's no lead. That's why.
Yep, both jammers into the box. That's the Activist is, I don't see a lot of fatigue out of Activist quite yet, so they may be in a good position to run it anyway.
Takes a lot of energy to do those apex jumps that I've seen. Activist just did another one.
I think that's the 3rd for this jam alone.
Yeah. It's called a shortcut, right?
Activist making sure the penalty box crew did not think that they were being malicious by sliding into the box.
We do have an official review timeout.
FoCo calling an official review. And potentially on that penalty that Demolition picked up. But while we're having this official review, follow Rocky Mountain Roller Derby on social media to be the first to hear about recruitment events. No experience is required. Come see what we're all about, or ask your favorite RMG skater how you can get involved. Sorry, RMRD skater.
Well, it's about dinner time out here, so if you're craving a pizza that's truly one of a kind, head over to Bojo's new Denver location at 2110 South Colorado Boulevard for mountain-style pizza. Whether you're into classic combinations or bold new flavors, Bojo's has something to satisfy every craving. Come for the pizza, stay for the vibe, where every meal is a mountain of flavor.
Yeah, they provided pizza for our officials today, so greatly appreciate keeping our officials fed. Doesn't matter who's just sitting down here. I know he can get pretty grumpy if he does, because he hasn't fed some good food during tournaments.
And it must be good food.
Like, kidding. It doesn't matter. It's an amazing ref. What is a mountain-style pizza? Oh, that's a great question. It's a nice, thick crust, bubbly crust. And the best thing about Bojo's is then you get a bottle of honey at your table, so when you eat all the good stuff on the pizza, then you get to dip the crust in the honey. A very popular hangout when I was living in Fort Collins and in high school and college.
All right, looks like there was a consensus that came. Not not sure what it was.
Yes, Archimedes coming back from the scoreboard. Oh, we do have an official coming over here to give us a report.
Penalty for the white jammer sliding into the box in contact with an official. After conversation with the officials in the box, there was no contact made. So the penalty
All right, so the official review was over the V-Town jammer sliding into the penalty box, looking for a penalty on that, but the bench did not make contact with the penalty box crew, so the official review was rejected.
All right, now we're into about to start Jam 13. Looks like B-Town picking up 3 points in that last jam.
The goat eats it first. That's not quite Mountain style. Now, if we want to get into Rocky Mountain oysters, that's a whole different deal. But looks like we got Spilly Idol out there and on for V-Town.
And leaking out for lead.
Yeah.
But Spilly right there with her. In fact, passing her now. And seeing that, calls it off. Let's restart this one. It's like the FoCo pivot is in the penalty box right now.
That's the fourth one for Fireball. Got a couple of players out there with 4 penalties apiece, so it doesn't look like anybody's in serious danger yet.
Yeah.
But we still got 11 and a half minutes.
Anything can happen. We got Widow for FoCo and Activist for V-Town. Starting Jam 14.
I believe this is Widow's first time out. And first penalty is Jammer then. Widow heading to the penalty box. And that is the 5th for Widow, getting a forearm.
Activist as lead jammer coming on the inside, scooting to the outside. One more to beat, that is 4 points.
Yeah, FoCo down, Fireball, who's just re-entering the track.
FoCo now has all their blockers, they just need their jammer back. Nice punch to the outside there. Didn't see which blocker that was, but that was a good hit. Causing the call off there. We have 7 points in that jam for V-Town Roller Derby.
109 points separating these teams right now. And there we go, those jam refs doing their synchronized scoring.
So graceful.
So elegant.
I love it. MDK Demolition for FoCo and Burge Knights for V-Town Roller Derby. Looks like lead is going to V-Town again.
V-Town definitely picking up majority of our leads today, giving a huge advantage. Demolition is out now, approaching the pack again. And only 2 blockers that I see. Oh, one coming back around the track. There's only one in the box. And
all right, now with Demolition being the only jammer on the track right now, Burgie in the box. This will go the full 2 minutes.
now Demolition has a full V-Town wall to contend with. Getting a little help from Fireball. Trying to make sure that Gymnasty doesn't get back up in there, but makes their way up anyway. Burgie's back on the track, pushing strong against that FoCo wall. And getting knocked down on the outside.
Another long drug
Jacqueline
out.
Hyde bringing her
We're all
all the
skating
way
in
back.
reverse for a while now. Here we go. We're going to stretch more and more. There we go. All right, now we're back on the track. Virgin Knights pushing through for the front. Destruction of the pack penalty called on, looks like Kiddo from V-Town.
Demolition just pushing and pushing and pushing, being consistent to get that V-Town blocking, but not getting too far. There we go, natural end of that jam. 2 points picked up by V-Town on that pass for a total of 6 on the jam, and FoCo actually comes out ahead with 7.
Start this next jam, V-Town will be down 1 blocker. There's, can't quite, thought I knew who the jammer was, but I cannot see.
I think it's on and
Sid Vicious.
Yeah, they just hide behind a hemlock there. It's quite tall and definitely can block out the vision of the jammers.
Track cut on Ann.
Sid Vicious out as lead jammer. Or wait. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, she is.
I
Okay. For a moment, I thought she wasn't.
Yeah, I thought I heard another penalty whistle, but that was the lead call whistle.
Good opportunity here to pick up some much needed points for FoCo. And we're hearing the whistles. V-Town losing a blocker to the box. The jammer is standing. Sid Vicious trying to make some quick work of the pack here. Almost making it through, but on her tippy toes, she gets pushed to the inside. And recycled back by BB Kiddo.
Oh, thanks for that pronunciation update there that it's on.
On.
Makes
Oh, that makes way more sense. On. Okay, 4 points for FoCo. That brings our score to 82 for FoCo and 185 for V-Town. 6 minutes left in this half.
oh, and Berg.
Oh, Berg.
Our pronunciation is all over the place.
Like Berg. Like burger. Burger nuts. All right, Tiffy Twister for FoCo and whipped cream for V-Town. Is Tiffy picking up lead? No,
Yep.
it is a track cut that it gets called instead.
That's actually Tiffy's first penalty of the game. And it's quite impressive for a jammer.
Cream coming through for a scoring pass. On her toes on the inside.
V-Town keeping Haterade back. And, giving
Tiffy's out of the box and back on the track. And is through. All right, that's her initial pass.
wasting no time to get back around.
Cream is looking, decides not to call it off. I thought she was about to, but. Tippy Twister through the pack, 4 points. Cream picking up 4 more, calling off the jam. That's 8 for V-Town and 4 for FoCo.
Billy Idol. An activist, I believe.
Yes, you are correct.
Activist getting out on top and through his lead jammer.
Billy Idol has taken the helmet cover off and he's looking for for the pivot here.
Helmet cover dropped on the track for FoCo, but picked up.
It has to be passed hand to hand. It can't be on the ground.
And Spiliotto making it out for initial pass. That's 4 points for V-Town and Activists. And there goes Spiliotto.
Deciding to let her through without calling it off. That's 4 for Spiliotto. Activists jump through one more time, so that's 8 for V-Town.
Berg out there. And I believe Demolition, I can't.
Yes, Demolition for FoCo and Berg for V-Town. Demolition. Yes, it's. Wait, I can't tell who's lead.
It is
it's Demolition. Okay,
yeah,
I thought
FoCo.
so. It's very, very close.
Yeah, both of them are now kind of back in a big old clump there of blockers.
Another
Both.
pile up at turn 2.
BB Kiddo trying to break up the FoCo squad there. But the Demolition all by herself there, now at the back of the pack. Berg picking up 4 points.
We're coming down to the end of this period. We've got about a minute 15 left.
Not only the end of the period, the end of the game, and the end of the Thin Earth Throwdown.
It's over already.
And it looks like we have our FoCo, V-Town coach out there going to call official review. We can start looking for what we can talk about now and recognizing at the end of this whole wonderful tournament here in Denver, Colorado. We would like to thank Boulder Roller Derby for sponsoring this event as well. Head to Boulder County Fairgrounds on Saturday, September 21st for the Beast Brawl and cheer on the Denver Standbys as they play against Boulder and FoCo. This official review is just being used out as a timeout.
Okay. As a timeout. Okay, thank you. Yeah, give everybody some time to catch some of this thin air.
Right. Let me see a shout out. Thank you for streaming this weekend. Yeah, thank you for Denver Roller Derby for getting this streamed all this weekend. I want to thank all the volunteers who have been here all weekend, giving their time and their work to putting this event on.
We started jam number 20. We have Sid Vicious for FoCo and On for V-Town.
On picking up the top there and out. Lead jammer for V-Town. Sid Vicious getting past several of the V-Town blockers. Now just back to
Tippy
Hemlock.
toes, spinning out. Great footwork there getting through the pack.
Four points for V-Town. Sid Vicious gets pulled back.
V-Town losing their pivot to the box.
Beaten Bop, and that's their 5th one of the game. We do have a few players at 5 right now, but with 5 seconds left in the period clock, I don't think that's going to be a danger. This will be our last jam, the end of the game, the end of the tournament. On calls it off, and then we go after picking up 4 points. And that is the end of this game.
Our unofficial score right now is 217 for V-Town and 96 for FoCo.
We'll wait for our officials to confirm those last few points. Great tournament all around. Thank you very much, Memento. Congratulations, V-Town Roller Derby.
That is the final official score. 217, FoCo 96. What a great bout.
Yeah, thank you, FoCo, for coming up to play this last game as well. I mean, my hometown is FoCo. My niece played for the juniors, now just started playing for the FoCo adults as well. So, great team up there.
All right, so we're gonna do our lap around, saying hi and thank you to everybody.
Thank you for all of you joining in on the chat, joining in on the stream. So
Thanks for
excited
helping
to
us
see
out with pronunciation,
Yes.
by the way. That was very helpful.
Sometimes we look at names going, oh yeah, that doesn't seem like a problem, and then we get to it like, oh wait a minute, there are a few ways. Let's go pronounce this. So thank you all for joining us for Thin Air Throwdown here in Denver, Colorado. Have a great week, and we'll see you at some tournaments in the future.
In the future, yes.
All right, I am Benandy.
And I am Broody.
And we will talk to you all later.
Adios.